The world has shifted. The equinox has passed, but its energy hasn't faded. It has only just begun to unravel. September 24th marks the threshold, a date that many will dismiss as just another day. But to those with eyes to see and ears to hear, it is something far greater. It is a hinge in time, a doorway between what was and what is about to be. Something has opened, and from this day forward, the signs will not merely be symbolic, they will be tangible, visible, undeniable. The rapture has been spoken of for centuries, predicted, preached, warned about. And yet here we stand, living on the edge of it, surrounded by whispers, visions, and clues left in plain sight. But make no mistake, these signs are not random. They are not coincidences or chance alignments in the sky. They are woven into the very fabric of creation, signals embedded since the beginning of time, waiting for this moment to reveal themselves. When we talk about the rapture, most people picture sudden disappearance, chaos on earth, and confusion in the heavens. But what so many overlook is that the process leading up to that great event is never quiet, never hidden. It is preceded by a storm of signs, strange, unsettling, sometimes terrifying reminders that the clock is running down. And now, after the equinox, the first tremors of those signs will begin. September 24th is not just a date, it is a marker, a line drawn in eternity, dividing the mundane from the prophetic. If you felt an uneasiness in your spirit as the day approached, you are not alone. Thousands across the world reported strange dreams, a heaviness in the air, even unusual shifts in weather and atmosphere. Some described the sky looking different, the sun dimmer or sharper, the night more restless than usual. These are not simply natural occurrences, they are precursors, the opening notes of a song that has been waiting to play for generations. Now, you may ask, why the equinox? Why does this turning of the season hold such power? In the natural world, the equinox is balance, day and night in equal measure, light and darkness sharing the same throne for just a moment. But in the spiritual world, balance is not just peace, it is judgment. It is decision. It is the moment when the scales are weighed, when destinies tip, when the line between salvation and destruction becomes razor thin. After September 23rd, balance is broken again. One side begins to outweigh the other, and that's where the signs begin to manifest. Already, reports are surfacing of unusual alignments in the heavens. Solar flares, magnetic storms, whispers of comets and asteroids that were not expected to pass by this soon. Astronomers may label them anomalies, but prophecy calls them harbingers. Even the patterns of the stars are shifting in ways that echo ancient texts. Some scholars note that constellations tied to biblical imagery, Virgo, Leo, and others, are aligning in ways eerily similar to those described in Revelation. And yet, so many brush it off as coincidence. But you and I both know there are no coincidences when it comes to eternity. Consider this: the rapture is not an isolated event. It is not a lightning strike with no warning. Think about the patterns of God throughout history. Noah's flood came with a warning. Egypt's plagues were preceded by signs. The birth of Christ was announced by a star, visible in the night sky. Over and over again, the Creator has given signals before the climax. Why, then, would the rapture be any different? Why would the most earth-shattering event in human history arrive with no signs, no whisper, no build-up? No, there will be signs. There already are. And now, after the equinox, they will intensify. September 24th is the dawn of a new rhythm, What follows is not just history unfolding, but prophecy manifesting. From this day, the world will begin to see what has been hidden. Strange weather patterns, storms that defy explanation, lightning that splits the heavens in unnatural ways, earthquakes in places that rarely tremble. Even the ground itself will seem uneasy, groaning under the weight of what is coming. Animals moving in unusual migrations, birds gathering and scattering without reason, whales beaching themselves in alarming numbers, all of these are part of the chorus. The earth knows what is coming, even if man chooses to deny it. But it is not only the earth that speaks. Humanity itself will begin to feel the weight of these signs. People will have dreams, visions, restlessness. Some will be tormented by fears they cannot name. Others will suddenly wake in the night with urgency in their spirits, compelled to pray, to warn, to cry out. Watch the children. They are often the first to see what adults refuse to notice. Their drawings, their words, their sudden fears may carry messages far deeper than most would believe. For as prophecy teaches us, in the last days, dreams and visions will be poured out on young and old alike. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe for daily cosmic insights, astrology updates, and spiritual guidance, because the universe always has a message for you. Now, pause for a moment. Think about the tension in the world already. Wars on the horizon, economies trembling, leaders confused and divided, societies crumbling under moral collapse. These are not random social issues. They are context, fertile ground into which these signs are being planted. And after September 24th, they will bloom faster than ever before. When prophecy meets history, the result is acceleration. Things that once unfolded over decades will now happen in weeks. The rapture is not distant, it is near, pressing against the veil that separates us from eternity. And here is where many will falter. They will see these signs but explain them away. They will say, "Oh, it's just climate change. It's just a coincidence. It's just politics." But you, those who watch, those who listen, you will know better. You will see through the deception, recognizing that the world is being lulled into complacency even as the heavens shout their warning. This is the hour when discernment matters more than knowledge, when faith matters more than evidence, because the signs will not always be clear to the natural eye. Some will be veiled, coded in symbols, revealed only to those willing to seek deeper. The question is not whether the signs will come. The question is, will you notice them when they do? Will you prepare your spirit, your heart, your soul for what is unfolding? The rapture is not simply an escape, it is a dividing line. It is the moment when the wheat is separated from the chaff, the faithful from the faithless. These signs are not given to scare you, but to awaken you, to shake you out of slumber, to remind you that eternity is nearer than you think. So, as September 24th dawns, stay awake, pay attention. Do not dismiss the unease you feel in your spirit. Do not ignore the unusual headlines, the strange reports, the whispers in the night. They are not accidents. They are the countdown. Every tremor in the earth, every flicker in the sky, every restless dream is pointing to one reality. The rapture is on the horizon, and the equinox was the doorway that opened the final chapter. And this, my friend, is just the beginning. As the sun rises on September 24th, the air itself will feel different. A subtle tension, almost imperceptible to the casual observer, will grip the world. But for those watching closely, the first signs of the rapture will begin to emerge, and they will not be subtle for long. These are not the signs of coincidence. They are unmistakable markers, messages encoded in the natural world and in the hearts of men. and they will come in ways both terrifying and awe-inspiring, leaving no room for doubt for those willing to see. The first signs will be celestial. Look to the skies, and you will see unusual alignments, patterns in the stars and planets that defy natural explanation. Ancient texts speak of these alignments as the heavenly trumpet, announcing the approach of a new era. Observatories may record anomalies, magnetic disruptions, solar flares, and comets passing with unnatural trajectories. These are the heavens themselves calling attention, signaling to the earth that the time of separation is near. It will be as though the universe itself leans closer, pressing its message into our reality. But the heavens are not the only stage. The earth, too, will begin to tremble in ways that have not been seen for generations. Minor earthquakes in unexpected places, shifts in tectonic plates, the rumbling of volcanoes long dormant. These tremors are not mere geological events. They are part of the chorus, a prelude to the great unfolding. Those who dwell near these epicenters will feel the fear in their bones, a primal warning whispered by the planet itself. And in these tremors, many will finally awaken to the reality that something far greater than humanity is at work. Then there are the signs in the waters. Oceans will behave strangely, currents shifting, tides rising beyond expectation, creatures appearing on shores in numbers that boggle the mind. Whales and dolphins may beach themselves, massive schools of fish may move erratically, even the smallest pond may ripple with inexplicable disturbances. To the untrained eye, these may appear as anomalies, but to the spiritually attuned, they are unmistakable signs. Life itself is responding to forces that cannot be seen with the naked eye. Water, the source of all life, reacts to the approaching divine threshold. Meanwhile, humanity itself will begin to manifest signs. Dreams will intensify, visions will come in the night, and ordinary people will experience moments of deep, unexplainable insight. Some will wake suddenly, heart pounding, sensing danger or opportunity that they cannot yet name. Children will speak in ways that adults cannot comprehend, repeating phrases, drawing images, or behaving as though they perceive realities beyond the physical world. These are not random events, they are awakenings. And as these signs unfold, the moral fabric of society will seem to fray even more rapidly. Conflicts will flare, unexpected crises will erupt, and the gap between right and wrong, truth and deception, will become sharper. Leaders will stumble, policies will fail, and decisions once thought secure will collapse under sudden pressure. This is not chaos for chaos's sake. It is the spiritual equation reaching its tipping point. Every human action, every choice, every hidden motive will begin to reveal itself, not just to those in power, but to the world at large. Amidst these transformations, the atmosphere itself will carry messages. Winds will shift in unusual patterns. Storms will appear where none are forecasted. Lightning may strike in impossible sequences, igniting fires in ways that challenge explanation. Some will see auroras and lights in the sky far beyond the polar regions, while others will notice sudden darkness at times that should be bright. These atmospheric anomalies will stir awe and fear, prompting many to seek answers from the heavens, from their faith, from their inner conscience. And then there will be the more subtle signs, those that almost pass unnoticed unless one is attentive. Animals will behave in strange ways, birds gathering in unusual formations, migrating at odd times, or fleeing areas seemingly without cause. Insects will swarm or vanish, plants will bloom or wither out of season. Even the very soil will change, releasing scents and energies that hint at transformation beneath the surface. The world itself, alive in ways many fail to perceive, is signaling that a boundary has been crossed, that the ordinary has given way to the extraordinary. But these signs, as powerful as they are only part of the unfolding story. They are meant to prepare, to awaken, to alert. They are the drumbeat before the crescendo, the whisper before the shout. And for those who observe carefully, who keep their hearts open, each sign is like a puzzle piece falling into place, revealing the larger tapestry of what is about to happen. The rapture is not sudden without warning. It is the culmination of a pattern, and these patterns are visible now more than ever. Even in the human spirit, signs will manifest. Compassion and fear, courage and doubt will surface in unexpected places. Some will be compelled to act, to warn, to reach out, to prepare themselves and others. Others will resist, dismissing, rationalizing, ignoring the signs until it is too late. This division is itself a sign. The wheat and the chaff, the ready and the unready, begin to separate in the hearts of men and women everywhere. The equinox has shifted the balance, and the next days will test every soul, revealing alignment or dissonance with the eternal truth. Yet amidst these terrifying and mysterious signs, there is a message of hope. These manifestations are not meant to destroy without purpose. They are meant to awaken. They are the signal that time is finite, that the eternal is pressing into the temporal. For those who seek understanding, who watch, who pray, who prepare, there is a chance to align oneself with the greater plan. The rapture is not punishment for the faithful. It is a fulfillment, a promise, a revelation that all who are ready will see. And as the days progress beyond September 24th, the signs will continue to multiply. What began as subtle anomalies will become impossible to ignore. The heavens, the earth, the waters, and humanity itself will speak in unison, telling a story older than time, a story that has been recorded in sacred texts, whispered through generations, painted in the constellations. The rapture is no longer a distant concept. It is near, pressing against reality, awaiting the final trigger. And that trigger is already in motion. So watch, listen, feel. Every tremor, every strange light, every unexplainable event is part of the unfolding drama. The signs are here, the rapture is near, and the world will never be the same. And so, as September 24th passes and the days unfold, the signs will continue to appear, some subtle, some unmistakable, all pointing toward a reality greater than the one we see. The earth, the skies, and even our own hearts are signaling a threshold, a moment when ordinary time bends toward eternity. The rapture is near, and whether you are ready or not, its footsteps echo louder with each passing day. Watch, remain vigilant, and prepare your spirit, for the events that follow will leave no room for doubt, and the world will never be the same again.